So 2 years ago, this happened.
In Austin, Texas, a protest and then gunfire. Police say a protester with a rifle was shot and killed by a man in a car driving through a crowd.
Suspect was detained and is cooperating with officers.
In response to this incident, I had this to say.
There are literally 10 sides to this story. Some people are saying Foster pointed the AK at the driver. Some are saying he didn't, even though this picture kind of looks like he's about to point his rifle. Some are saying the driver shot 3 times. Others say it was 5. Some are saying the driver accelerated when he saw the protesters. Some are saying he was just a regular person driving and got caught up in the protest. This video of him turning into the protest doesn't really tell us much.
So this case ends up going to trial, and well, this happened.
Daniel Perry waiting to hear an announcement that will change his life.
We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Perry guilty of the offense of murder as alleged in count 1 of the indictment signed by the foreperson.
Perry faced 1 count of murder and another count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after the fatal shooting of Garrett Foster during a Black Lives Matter protest in the summer of 2020 in downtown Austin.
Now, immediately after the verdict came out, this happened.
In a tweet today, Governor Greg Abbott said, quote, "I am working as swiftly as Texas law allows regarding the pardon of Sergeant Perry." He added that Texas has one of the strongest stand your ground laws of self-defense that cannot be nullified by a jury or a progressive attorney.
As a lawyer, this verdict surprised me, and then it didn't. From a legal perspective, Texas is a stand your ground state. That means if you have a legal right to be somewhere and you reasonably believe your life is in danger, you don't have to run away. You can stand and fight for your life using deadly force. So when I hear the prosecutor's argument was they had other options like driving away and the jury subsequently finding him guilty, I'm like, something doesn't smell right.
But prosecutors contend Perry had other options for dealing with the situation, including driving away.
Now, I'll admit, I wasn't in the courtroom and maybe there was evidence or testimony that made the jury believe his life wasn't in danger. But I'm also not so naive as to think that the special social politics surrounding this case didn't play a role in this decision. How much of a role? I can't exactly say. But I do know Austin is essentially a mini California run by a very woke mayor who hates guns in the hands of civilians. The protester was an avid supporter of Black Lives Matter and was there with his Black disabled wife, while the driver was not a supporter of the protesting. So you can kind of see how in a wokety woke city like Austin, there may be some particular bias one way or the other. Now, none of this should matter because the only questions that needed to be answered were, did the driver have a legal right to be where he was? Did the driver engage in actions that would justify the use of deadly force to stop him from engaging in that action? And finally, did the driver have a reasonable belief that his life was in immediate danger that would make him justified to use deadly force to protect himself? But juries are composed of people, and people are inherently biased. So you may think what you did was justified, but your justified and someone else's justified may not be the same. Hell, your justified may not be the same as what another state may consider to be justified. People tend to oversimplify self-defense from a legal standpoint. This case is a perfect example of how complicated and random a self-defense situation can be. Now imagine if you were completely alone in this situation. This is why I'm always shamelessly telling people, get some kind of self-defense insurance through a membership like USCCA. Most people don't have a lawyer that they can call at the drop of a dime when something happens. And the lawyers that most people do know don't even practice in the field of self-defense. With the USCCA membership, if you're in a self-defense shooting, you make 2 calls. The first one, 911. The second one will be the 24/7 emergency support team who will literally guide you through the unexpected realities of a self-defense situation. On top of that, you'll get access to an entire legal network of lawyers who not only specialize in self-defense cases, they specialize in self-defense cases in your state. But it's not just the self-defense insurance with the USCCA membership. You also get access to a wealth of training and information like the training video vault, where self-defense experts teach you beforehand how to avoid a dangerous situation and when you can and can't use your firearm to defend yourself. So please, if you carry a gun or any type of weapon for any type of defense, whether it's concealed carry or home defense, protect yourself legally. Learn from this case. Use this case as an example of what could happen if you defended yourself. I work with USCCA because I believe they have the best all-around membership on the market. But even if you don't choose USCCA, choose something, because you might be alone if you ever have to defend yourself, but you don't have to be alone through the legal process. If you want to learn more about a USCCA membership, I'll put a link in the description section of this video.
You know, we talk a lot about empowerment in this country, except for when it comes to the Second Amendment. However, I can't think of anything more empowering than having the most effective tool to protect you and your family. So help me spread this message by liking and sharing this video with everyone you know. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, because the Second Amendment, when it said militia, it wasn't talking about the government. It was talking about you. Also, if you want to know where to find the I'm the Militia shirt and merchandise, click the I'm the Militia link in the description section of this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, make sure you hit that bell symbol.